Welcome back to another Simply Create video. I'm Ray, and today I'm going to take you through a tutorial to show you how to create this Instagram reel. You can also do it on TikTok. This Instagram reel. We've got lots to cover off. Let's go. So the first thing for this video is I needed to decide on items of clothing that I was going to choose, which are all here. For this video, you need to make sure that your phone is on a tripod really, or somewhere where it's really sturdy and safe, propped up, and you need to try not to move it or move it as little as you can. The shot needs to stay the same. Everything else is going to change. So I'm going to be moving in the shot, and also obviously I'm going to be changing my clothes. So I have my phone set up on a tripod in a little holder that's going to be pointing. It's just literally just down here. Now obviously you'll see behind the scenes in the reels, I'll cut it, so hopefully it's as seamless as it can be. Let me just take a quick moment to say, if you're new to the channel or you're not yet supporting, please don't forget to subscribe. Right, let's carry on. So recording that 15-second video took me about an hour, and the reason is you're not going to get each shot right first time. You're going to need a couple of attempts to make it kind of look right. There are a couple of things that you need to make sure you focus on. Where the object is at the beginning and at the end of the frame, the position of the object, and also where the cut comes. So they're the main three things. I've quickly come to my desk so I can screen record my phone, and this way I'll be able to show you how to record and edit your videos in Reels. However, you can always head to the playlist of Reels tutorials if you need any more help creating your videos. Okay, step one, open Instagram. From the home page, at the top right corner, there's a square with a plus in it, hit that. To get to Reels, you're currently on post, you scroll to the right until you get to Reels. Now there's a couple of things you need to know about when recording these videos. The first is pick your length. So that is the icon right at the top, 15 seconds or 30 seconds. The second is how to use the timer, which is the last icon at the bottom. From here you can pick your countdown, which will be 3 seconds or 10 seconds, and we'll go 3, and you drag the bar until you get to however long you want. So I'm gonna say 3 seconds, there you go, set the timer. Once you set the timer, you hit this big circle button at the bottom. It will count you down. 3, 2, 1. From here, I'll just give it a little wave for 3 seconds, and you just repeat that process as you want to record. Now you have also got the align tool, which is now down the bottom. From there, you can obviously see where you might want to help you match things up. So this will help when matching the jumpers. The last thing is editing. When you come to editing, you can record your videos outside of the Reels app. So if you do that in the bottom left-hand corner, and so I'll just add one of the sections of the recording, add it in the top right-hand corner. There's an arrow to the left of the main button, and you can see 2 sections. Here you go, me waving, which I recorded now, and obviously the jumper part that I've recorded already. You pick one of those, so let's pick the waving because I don't want to wave as long. Tap that scissors button, and then you scroll to the right or to the left, depending on what you want to edit. Once you've trimmed it, this is where you'll want to keep watching it back and forward to make sure it matches up with the next shot. You can always revisit this section, but let's carry on. Let me show you how I created that jumper transition video. Right, so I'm going to walk you through each of the shots that I did and the key things to focus on. Right, so the first one, I grabbed this jumper, right? And all I did was point it to the camera and do a little shake. Fairly simple. The shake is the important bit, and the positioning of the jumper. You kind of want to block as much of yourself as possible, because when you cut, there's fewer things moving. Okay, so shake. From that shake, so from here, I then obviously got rid of the hanger and put on the jumper. So this is the bit where you need to make the cut really nice. Obviously you don't record any of this bit. You just record once you get to here. And obviously you want a little bit of kind of acting reaction to what you've just done, I guess, or what's going to happen in the frame. So from here, all I did was kind of go down with the shake. So I drop my shoulders and drop my heels. Drop my shoulders and drop my heels, like that. And then I matched the movement of the little shake of the jumper as that's halfway rippling, and then halfway ripple myself and stop. The next change 2. I grabbed the jumper, I brought it forward, and now all I did was kind of bring this jumper onto my chest. But I needed to think ahead, because I needed to think, okay, so what's going to happen with this jumper? So I grabbed it up and scrunched it up, and I pulled down, even though I had nothing in my hand at this stage. So the movement went like this. I pulled this jumper to me, and as I was pulling this jumper to me, this hand comes down. So the movement goes like that, okay? When I get to this stage, right, is then when the snap comes. So I then put this jumper down, lots of changing. Now, remember where I was holding? I was holding when this was on. When this was on like this, I was holding from here. So I'm going to hold from here again. And this time I'm going to have nothing in this hand, and I'm just going to change, do exactly the same, really quick, and move this arm down quickly. Okay, so the movement goes like that. Then the cut, when you're doing the cut in reels, it comes around about this stage here. So everything's a bit blurry, so you can't see definition. So when it's blurry, you change, okay? And then obviously, once you've done it, this pings on, and I've got this on, and this is still in the hand. Now we're on to change 3. Change 3, I've still got this one in my hand. I'm going to throw this out of shot, and I want to throw it out because I don't want it to be around my space of where I'm filming, because the more things that move or change, the more obvious the cut. You want to make the changes as subtle as possible. I throw this out, so I no longer have that jumper. I'm now going to grab this jumper. From this jumper, I am going to grab it and throw it fairly quickly. I want it to blur, but I also want it to block some of the screen. And that's to hide me in the background, yeah? So I'm still in the background. As I throw it forward, this becomes bigger and blocks the screen, okay? So I'll do that and I'll throw it forward. So you want to find that point when it's blurry and it's blocking the background, so it's blocking you. Then you would cut. This jumper, it's brand new, by the way. So this jumper's on. Now this is a slightly different. This was floated and kind of up and big as we threw it. So I put my hood on just because it was get to big and more colour at this stage. And now what you want to do is you've got to think of the motion in which the jumper's been thrown, so it's moving forward and getting bigger and coming towards the camera. You can't, well, you can, but in this particular example, I didn't just stop, okay? I put it on and I let the countdown, and as the countdown comes, I came towards the camera to continue the motion, okay? So I got it on, I captured it, carried on, and then I head backwards. As well as the motion, I then start to run back and pick up the pace. And there's 2 reasons I do this. One is I don't really want the shots to go on too long. Also, changing the dynamic. I'm picking up the pace of what I'm doing. People have got used to what I'm doing. They've seen a little bit, and now it's time to kind of make it a little bit more dramatic, pick up the pace. As I grab my last jumper, I run towards the camera. I frame it up so it takes up quite a lot of the frame, but I leave the frame at that point as well. And then I let go. And the reason I let go of the jumper is because I'm going to use the motion of it falling down for me to pop up again in the last shot. Now, I leave the frame again, so there's less things changing and it's less obvious that cut. So I've left the frame on purpose. Again, we change. And with the last jumper, I had the motion of the jumper falling down, and then I popped up. So halfway through the jumper falling down, it's a bit blurry, it's taking up some of the screen, remember it's falling. I then changed the direction of that and popped up. So as it's falling, I waited for the record, and then I popped up and did some thumbs up. As in, that's the one I've chosen, this is the jumper. Spartans all the way. And that was my last frame, and that was how I did the reel. Now, like I said, it was a few different takes, and you have to line things up, and sometimes when you throw things, it doesn't go the way you want it to, so you need a few different takes. Don't worry about that, just be playful. And remember, you don't have to just do it with clothes. You can do it with different items, whole outfits, shoes, hats, but you also can do it with different types of backgrounds. You can do it with objects. You can do it with people. So get creative, have a play, have some fun with what you're doing with your reels. Just a reminder, I didn't use any other software or any other app to edit this and create this. This is all within Reels. I've enjoyed making this tutorial, and I hope you've enjoyed watching it. Hope you got a few takeaways from it, and I hope you found it helpful. If you did, don't forget to tap that like button. Of course, if you've got any questions, leave them in the description below. If you're not already, please support by subscribing. And as always, from Simply Create, thank you for watching.